Welcome back to Intables, everyone. So again, going over my daily plan on exactly how I plan on playing into the SPY. Again, we have been getting anticipation of a possible Fed pivot since, again, Nick Timiraos mentioning that possible Fed pivot about a month ago. And our question has been, will we get that continuation on this anticipation? Will Powell disagree or agree with Bullard that there is more possible restrictive policy to come? Again, Fed Bullard mentioned that yesterday. Our question is, will Powell agree with Bullard? We're going to see exactly what happens. I'm going to go over exactly what we're looking for to continue on higher, or if we do break down, what exact scenario we are looking for to continue on lower from. I'm going to go over exactly what we're looking for here. Now, before I jump into this, you guys can do me a huge favor, smash that like button if you find this video useful at all. Hit subscribe if you want to see my daily plan on exactly how I plan on playing into the market every single day. We go over candle structure, overall strength levels, and any key indicators that we need to be focused on. And again, if you are a day trader or you are looking for very volatile breakouts that we mention every single day in the Instables, and again, we mention any breakout that is worth looking at throughout the day, go to instables.com in the description below, and you will never miss a breakout alert today again. So jumping into the daily chart with you guys here on the SPY, again, we have been looking to see if we will continue on with this anticipation, getting a doji candle coming out as we were indecisive if we would continue on below our 20 or if we would continue on higher, since again, we do have Powell speaking tomorrow. Anything can happen here. So again, like I said yesterday, very likely that we did have a doji candle coming out with data coming out tomorrow. So again, we will see if our indecisive move will be a major move to the upside or the downside, again, depending on what Powell has to say about rate hikes coming in December. And looking at our overall strength, again, mentioning yesterday that we had our continuation with that decrease in buy pressure, and again, having that pullback today as we did continue on with that decrease in buy pressure. Our EMA lines are very close to crossing down here, so again, that is why we have a possible major move to come, and that's why we have been getting major moves lower, is because we're getting very close with our 12 and our 26 to cross lower here. And if that does happen, we will have a correctionary phase, and we will be looking for our EMA lines to cross back over to have that bullish momentum. So again, being very careful, as our EMA lines are very close at this point in time. We could have a continuation on lower. Again, very much going to predicate exactly what Powell mentions. Again, prior we did have data that was coming out. We were almost going to cross lower at this point in time. However, as you guys can see, we bounced higher, and we did continue on higher with our EMA lines. Again, with data coming out tomorrow, we'll see exactly if we do get our EMA lines to hold above or if we do cross lower, with Powell mentioning a very hawkish tone. And as far as if we have room to run to the upside, again, we are pointing down still here on the RSI. We are looking for higher highs. We need higher highs here to show us that we are increasing in strength. Looking to see if we will have that anticipation jumping into overbought territory is what we're looking for as far as continuing on higher. But as far as that breakdown, again, looking for our EMA lines to cross lower here for that intraday pullback is exactly what we're looking for. Again, like I said, very much going to predicate exactly what Powell has to say. He very much could just mention that he's data dependent, as he has been when he does speak. So we'll see what he mentions. And lastly, we have GDP and ADP non-farm payrolls coming out tomorrow, 1 hour before market open. Definitely a big watch. And lastly, looking at the largest indicator that we have been watching, and again, this is the dollar. We have been looking to see if we will continue on with this momentum that we had to the downside. Again, mentioning that we had prior. Again, we had this breakdown after we dropped below our 50 for the second time. Mentioned this here in the Instables room. We did break down. So now our question will be, do we have that bearish candle set up here on our 20 as we are curling over for that continuation on higher in the market, or will we get a spike back over our 20 for that possible bullish momentum above our 20? We will see exactly how strong the dollar holds after Powell tomorrow and what exactly the markets are anticipating as far as rate hikes. Again, if Powell comes in very hawkish, we can have a very big pullback. Again, losing a lot of anticipation that we have been getting on the SPY from Nick Timiraos mentioning a month ago of that possible Fed pivot. Again, we could pull back on that anticipation that we've been getting, again, from CPI gapping up. We could gap lower if we do get that anticipation to pull back. Now, as far as to the upside, again, we do have our pullback, and then we have our doji candle coming out. So again, this indecisive move after a gap down could fill as a possible gap up, and that could be a possible morning star on our 20-day moving average here. Again, looking for that possible what's called a morning star. Could give us that continuation on higher if, again, we get a gap up tomorrow, depending again on if Powell is very hawkish or if he is dovish. We'll see exactly what he mentions, but again, looking for this candle set up again on a morning star or a pullback with our EMA lines crossing lower. That is the play here. That's the intraday play. But as far as that continuation, again, overall looking to see if we will get our proof of concept on the upper end of our channel that we have been getting rejections from. Again, making sure that we do not get our rejection on the upper end of our channel. Not much room to run to the upside here. So again, looking for that proof of concept on the upper of our channel after we do get a possible morning star for a continuation on higher here is exactly what we're looking for. Again, we have been getting rejections multiple times here on the upper end of our channel, so just making sure that we do not get that rejection once again is exactly what we're making sure we are being cautious of. So again, with that said, we are going to see what Powell says tomorrow. If he does agree with Bullard with more restrictive policy possibly to come in December, or if he does play the neutral card and mentions that he is data driven and we get better possible data coming in this week, again, with jobs reports and GDP coming out tomorrow morning, and we have jobs coming out Thursday and Friday. Friday's non-farm payroll will be very key because again, we need that increase in unemployment that Powell has been looking for that anticipation. And if Powell mentions that we are data driven, then this jobs report could be more important than we think. But again, we'll see exactly what Powell does mention. Now, again, with that said, if you are a day trader, if you're looking for very volatile breakouts, we mention them every single day in the Instant Bulls Room. Any breakout that is worth looking at throughout the day for only $15 a month, you guys will never miss a breakout alert today again. And again, all of you Instant Bulls that come over every single day and support the channel, I appreciate you guys again just taking what the market gives us, as we have been very cautious today as we are leading into Powell tomorrow. We'll see if he does agree with Bullard from yesterday, or if he does mention that we're data driven, maybe mentioning that we're more dovish than we think. Hopefully we'll see exactly what happens, but if we do break down, letting the discounts come to us, and we'll look for that bullish candle setup if we are going to have a reversal. And again, if you guys do like this video, it does help the channel grow, and I do appreciate it very much. And again, God bless you all, and I'll see you guys in pre-market.